Philly, what's good? This is your girl, I am the Bronze Goddess, and I'm excited about this video because I have another strawberry letter update. And not just any update, this is probably one of my most discussed and one of my most commented on strawberry letters. You all were extremely opinionated on this particular letter, so I'm excited about giving you guys an update to let you guys know where the writer is in this story. So if you are unfamiliar, this is strawberry letter, I want to say strawberry letter number 94, if not mistaken. I let my husband's ex-wife move in. Yes, okay. So I'm going to give you a brief synopsis of the strawberry letter, and I'm also going to place a link below because I'm not going to go through the entire letter all over again. But I am going to give you guys just a quick little fast forward cliff note version, if you will, of the story, and then I'm going to tell you where she is and read her current letter. So in the letter, the writer had been married, I want to say, for a year or so to her husband. Her husband had been married to his previous wife for 22 years, and they had 2 children together. And the ex-wife actually cheated on her husband and had another man's baby. Now, the new wife, the writer of the letter, now lives with her husband, her mother-in-law, and the 2 daughters, her 2 stepdaughters. But the lady who, the other man's daughter, has been slowly but surely being kind of brought into her home. And she doesn't feel comfortable about that because she's like, I already have 2 of your daughters, and the mother-in-law. Why are we taking on this 3rd child that's not even her husband's child? I know it's a little bit confusing. That's why you had to have seen the first letter. But anyway, that's where she was when last we saw her. And she answered a lot of the questions that a lot of us had about her letter. So let me go ahead and get into her letter. Just some extra info to help you understand the situation. When I had too much of the baby living here, I cursed and argued and disrespected both my husband and his mother for disrespecting me. I have even broken stuff in rage because I feel that I had not been being heard. The mother has since stopped talking to me, but I have no care in the world about that. So yes, I have said a lot to them about how I feel. She has it kind of in bullet points. The second thing she wanted to tell me, she did not know her husband's ex-wife before they got married, and her husband did not cheat with her. Number 3, before we got married, his ex-wife was cordial to me, and she always had financial and men issues, but she did not become this involved until we got married. Number 4, the writer is 27 and the husband is 37. If you guys remember, I said that she sounded a bit young. She is 10 years younger than her husband. Bullet point number 5, I let her move in so that we could pay off the car because my husband and I wanted to buy a house and the extra debt was stopping us from qualifying from doing that. Bullet point number 6, she has no children of her own, and which she's really upset about because she eventually does want to have children with her husband once she finishes nursing school, and that's her first priority. Next bullet point, I do believe that I am naive. She doesn't have low self-esteem. I am not employed, so I think this is why I have allowed all of this to happen. She goes on to say, thank you for being brutally honest. I agree 100% with you. I have been trying to show my husband how disrespectful this is. I have moved out of our bedroom and into another room, and he still doesn't get it. Since the biggest fight we've had, me breaking stuff and in rage and everything, the ex-wife has since collected her baby and the 18-year-old daughter, and they have not returned. My husband and I are now on speaking terms, but it really still hurts me to the core. She said that she will keep me updated. Now, there's a whole lot here. One of my main concerns in her initial letter is that she wasn't standing up for herself enough, and I was really disgusted by the fact that these people were disrespecting her in her own home. If she doesn't want the little child moving in with her, she has every right to say that. She's already raising 2 of the other woman's children and already has the mother-in-law. If she doesn't want to take on another child that's not even her husband's child, she has every right to do that. But from the way that this sounds, she definitely stood up for herself. She was cursing, breaking things, and arguing with her husband, told the mother-in-law, sound like where to go and what to kiss, if I'm not mistaken. But so eventually she did get what she wanted, but it didn't turn out the way that she wanted. So my prayer for you is, first of all, the 18-year-old, if she want to be grown, okay, I wouldn't feel bad about that at all. If an 18-year-old, I don't care if it's my own child, if an 18-year-old is in my house disrespecting me, they got to go. You can go be grown in somebody else's house. You can go be grown on your own, but I'll be doggone if you're going to disrespect me in my own home, even if it was my own child. And y'all know I love my kids, but I'll be doggone if I'm going to let you talk to me all kind of way when if you're that grown, then you need to be on your own. So she needed to go ahead and be with her mom. And the mother-in-law, her staying with you guys, you know, she had to respect you. And I know it may be rough, but this move that you made, I think that it did earn her respect. She may not like you, but I think that she will come to respect you for standing your ground. Sometimes you have to do that, especially when you're new to a family. Now, it was really your husband's place. That's why that situation really kind of irritated me, because it was your husband's place to put his own mother in check. You shouldn't have had to do that, because now you've jeopardized the relationship that you had with your mother-in-law. If your husband had done what he was supposed to do and put his own mother in check, your relationship with your mother-in-law would have been fine. He put you in a very, a difficult position. He set you up for that. He set you up for that. For you had to be the one to tell her that whenever I have an issue with my mother-in-law, it is my husband's responsibility to get that straight, and vice versa. If he doesn't like something, if I don't like something, it's the other person's job to because that's your parent. You're the one who has the rapport with them. You're the one that can talk to them. But I would never jeopardize a relationship, a new budding relationship, by having you have to check your mother-in-law. Your husband, it was his fault. I'm not, I'm not a huge fan because he disrespected you quite a bit. And even with that situation, he disrespected you. So what I'm going to pray about is, even though you have gotten what you wanted in a way, I can hear the pain. You had to move out of the bedroom that you guys once shared, and you're finally now on speaking terms. Your husband is wrong. And I know that you feel bad because of how it ended, but you were right in what you did. When the Bible says, for this reason, a man will leave his mother and his father and cleave to his wife. You are biblically correct in what you did. Even when you took your vows, the whole forsaking all others, you are correct in everything that you did. It is not your husband's responsibility to raise another child, especially when that burden falls on you too. My only issue now is that you're saying that you're in nursing school, and that may be why you let all this go, because I guess your husband is paying all the bills and you're not working. Whether I'm working or not, I still have a say. So you don't pay for a say. So I don't know about this whole thing. I'm not working, so that's why I felt uncomfortable saying anything. You're still his wife. You're still his responsibility. So no, I wouldn't feel bad about that either. And I think that you should definitely, take your time. If your goal is to finish nursing school, go ahead and do that. But before you have kids with your own husband, you have to really make sure that you iron all this out. Because sometimes I feel like some people believe that having a baby will fix things. Having a baby right now with your husband may not fix this. That's not what children are meant to do. They're not meant to be a Band-Aid on a broken situation. That's not what they're supposed to be doing. So I would definitely make sure the relationship between you and your husband is healed and rectified and all of that before you finally decide to have children with him. And make sure that you can get past the situation before you even consider having children, because the last thing you want to do is have another broken home. Because you sound like you want to raise a child with your husband. So make sure that you're on solid ground before you go move forward with your plans of having a baby. You said you want to finish nursing school first, then go ahead and do that, and then see where you are with your relationship then. But I wanted to go ahead and say that because you are younger than I thought. You're 10 years younger than your husband. And I think that may be, honestly, and I'm not trying to be mean, but that may be one of the reasons why he selected you. Some men like younger women because they feel that they can control them and they can get away with a lot more. That's why I knew in your first letter that you were younger than him, because he was doing too much and you were allowing too much. Even though you're younger than him, you're still a grown woman and you're still his wife. You deserve to be you deserve to be respected, and you must demand that at all costs. So I'm happy that the mother came and collected her kids. She should have taken that baby out of the home. That is not your husband's child. It's not his responsibility. And if the 18-year-old wants to be grown, she should have went on being grown with her mom. So that's all correct. The mother-in-law is, she's not talking to you. You say it's neither here nor there. It wouldn't be for me either, because you didn't marry her. You married her son, and it was her son's responsibility to get her in check. He didn't do that, and I'm proud of you for being the one to do that. That's the kind of move you have to make. Sometimes you have to let somebody know. this is not going to fly with me. So now we're going on to the situation about the house and the whole reason why you wanted to let the ex-wife move in the first place. Now you're saying that the car was in your husband's name and it was messing you guys up for qualifying for a home. Even with that being said, there's still under no condition would I let my husband's ex move in with me. There has to be another way. There simply has to be another way. And if that means that we have to stay in an apartment a little bit longer than we wanted to, or stay where we are a little bit longer than we had to, then I would rather do that than have some other woman, some woman that my husband shared a 22-year past with, 22 years and 2 children past with, before I let her move in to my home, my new home. We'd have to figure out another way. So I do pray that you and your husband are able to heal your relationship. Continue to pray, continue to ask God what he would have you to do. But I would definitely, take my time as far as having children with this man, and see where he goes. This whole situation, I feel like it's a pivotal moment. It's a fork in the road, and your husband has a huge decision to make. Now, you forced his hand, and you forced the issue, and you eventually got what you wanted, but still, did your husband learn anything? You said that you moved into another room and he still doesn't get it. Now, I'm going to say something that this may hurt you a little bit, but I have to tell you the truth. Are you sure that your husband isn't still in love with this woman? And I'm asking you that because he was willing to, it almost sounds like he's willing to give you up to make her happy. You kicked and screamed and got what you wanted, but you still haven't gotten your husband back. And, you moving out and going into another bedroom still doesn't seem to faze him. The only person whose happiness he's concerned with is his ex-wife. What I'm asking you to do is you need to pray and ask God to reveal to you, to show you, to let you know, is my husband still in love with his ex-wife? And if that's the case, then you ask God what he should have you to do after that. But to me, if I'm moving out of the bedroom with my husband, he better be upset about it. And he better be trying to make sure I come back. But your husband, you said he still doesn't get it. And that kind of worries me a little bit because that was kind of what my mindset was in your first letter. But even after you've taken all these dramatic steps, your husband still hasn't come around. And that worries me a little bit. Continue to pray about your situation. Pray for your husband. Pray for the children and all of that. Continue to keep God in the center of your thoughts and your prayers because I feel like the situation is far from over. I thank you for even updating me and asking me if you want to update me again. Please do, because I really want to know what's going on with you. Even if you don't want me to do another strawberry letter, I still want to know what's going on with you because you seem like a real sweetheart. Your heart was really big. Your heart was in the right place when you were trying to do this whole thing with the ex-wife, but they took advantage. Sometimes people take advantage of people with big hearts, and that's what happened here. They thought you were weak, thought they could run all over you, and they tried. They tried it, honey. But you let them know that just because you don't mistake your kindness for weakness, and you put everybody in their place. And I'm actually proud of you about that. Not necessarily the cursing and all that, but if that's what you had to do to get it done, that's on you. But I appreciate the fact that you put your foot down and you let everybody know, not in my house, not today. Anyway, I love you and I pray that everything works out for you. I'll see you all in the next video. Till next time, later, divas and dudes. Deuces, honey.